Yes, Raghav, the recording has started.
Hello.
Yes, Raghav.
Good evening, sir.
Good
So,
evening.
so my first doubt was actually during the presentation there was the question asked like what will be the worst PBT or the characterization would be done for the power and leak for the power
Mm-hmm.
for the dynamic, and like though we had not gone to the pecs and done the exhaustive characterization, so we were not final about it, but like theoretically like Veste it is quoted that we generally take FF, high voltage and low temperature for the dynamic power, but the TAs then said that this won't be the case. I mean,
Hmm.
so that was not clear to me, like what
Okay.
exactly then would be doing.
So typically, we need to look at it as to how do users use the characterization, and that is that is how we will decide what PVTs to characterize our designs. Hmm? So let us look at it like this. When you want to do a sign off for speed, hmm?
Okay.
So the longest delays are what you are worried about,
Yes, sir.
because the longest delays will define the maximum speed at which you can operate. So when do you get maximum delays? When the
So
circuits are slow.
slow, yes, sir.
Mhm. So for speed propagation delays, you should characterize at SS 1.08, which is the 10% of the nominal voltage, and minus 40 degrees C or 125 degrees C, whichever is the worst case delay temperature.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So that is for the speed. Now let us say I want to sign off for hold time. Huh?
Okay.
So hold time is contamination delay.
Yes, sir.
Contamination delay has to be fastest.
Yes, sir.
So
F
what PVT do we get the fastest delay?
so it would be FF and high voltage and low temperature.
Yes, so FF 1.32 volts and minus 40.
Yes, sir.
So for delays, you have to use both these two PVTs.
Okay, okay.
One for setup times, one for clock period, and the other for hold time. ठीक है?
So clock period is also additional. It's a additional characterization.
No, no, no. No, you don't need to characterize clock period.
Okay.
आपका जब clock है ही नहीं तो period कहाँ से आएगा?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ?
Okay.
Then अब आते हैं हम बात let us say power के लिए.
Okay.
So how do you think the flow uses power?
So
You
the
quote some power in the dot lib.
yes,
How
sir.
would the flow use this power?
Okay. So I mean, how using what exact term use in the sense of what like?
See, for delays, when we say we are looking at setup delays, the flow will use that to measure the maximum speed at which you will operate.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How is the power to be used?
Sir, average workload.
Average. Hmm? So you're looking at average workload and you are saying, okay, this is how my power mesh should be. This is my average power consumption of this chip. Am I right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Where there would be some role of activity factor, there would be some role of so many other things which are not in your control as a designer. But you
Yes.
know they want to use average.
Yes, sir.
So
Hmm.
now, if average is to be used, where should you characterize power? Dynamic power?
So I mean, it would be then typical kind of.
Yeah, TT 1.2 volts and 25C. ठीक है?
So 1.2 volts.
1.2 volt is the nominal voltage
Okay.
and 25C,
Okay.
nominal temperature. ठीक है?
So nominal, what do you mean by nominal actually?
Nominal is the target voltage at which you will want to operate a 65 nanometer chip.
Okay. And the slow one would be the high voltage would be
Minus
like
10% and
okay,
plus
plus minus
10%.
10%. Okay, plus
Yes.
minus 10%.
ठीक है? Now, if you want to go for aggressive voltage scaling, you may go to plus 10% and minus 20%.
Plus 10 minus 20. Okay. So but
Because if you want to go to a very low power design and you say that, okay, I want to operate at very low speeds also. So you will then characterize at minus 20% also.
okay.
But abhi आपके project के लिए you don't worry about minus 20%. For your projects, you take at plus minus 10% of 1.2 volts.
And 1.2 is the nominal for our 65 nanometer.
Yes, that is what is defined in your DRM. That is what is defined by the technology.
Okay. And
Okay.
so leakage
Huh. So you tell me, how is the leakage to be used?
So I mean, leakage, I think I should be the worst kind of thing.
So where is the leakage worse then?
So, but like I was actually I said just worst, but intuitively I said it worst, but now I'm getting confused. I think that power we are taking is average. So leakage leakage is also a part of power itself only. So
No.
then it should not by it's not far.
That power was dynamic power.
Yes,
है ना?
sir.
When you're
Yes.
operating the system.
Yes.
Leakage, when you say, okay, I am not using my cell phone, how long will the cell phone last? What are you interested in now?
Okay, right. Then the worst case. Yes.
Worst case. So what process, voltage and temperature you will get the worst leakage?
So process corner have to be FF and then temperature has to be high 125
Hmm.
and voltage also has to be high. VDD also has to be high. So it would be like 1.32 FF and 125.
Yes. Bas, that is the PVT conditions that you need to characterize different things at.
Okay, sir. Sir, one question was also there कि one of the TAs asked like, for example, if we want to, given the dynamic implementation, if we want to improve the rise delays, for example, if you're using kind of row decoder implementation, we're using dynamic gates in a row decoder, and you want to improve the rise delays, then what can be done? Because we cannot touch the keeper, we have to size the keeper at the minimum, and we also cannot touch that header PMOS. So what can be done to improve the rise delays?
Why can't you touch the header PMOS?
So actually they put the constraint that you don't. One of the answer was that we can touch like increase the size of the PMOS. But the T said ki otherwise other than that what can you do like?
So now you tell me, what can you do?
So I mean one of the thing that was coming in my mind, I was discussing also with a friend, was that we can reduce, if we can somehow reduce the clock load.
क्लॉक लोड की वजह से ही तो आप हेडर का लोड बढ़ा नहीं रहे ना.
हाँ, yes sir.
That
Yes,
you're
yes.
already taking care of. Now what?
So one thing I was thinking of like going towards the footless domino, but that is not applicable to all the cases.
Yeah, you put a buffer at the output, na? You already have an inverter. You put one more inverter. Then inverter you can size whichever way. Is it not?
So but how
If
would
you
the
want,
how would the buffer impact my rise delay? Because that is with the PMOS
sure.
charging, right?
Huh. So who said about the rise delay at the dynamic node? Finally, you want rise delay at the output, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you put a buffer, the rise time would improve.
Okay, before the CL, I put an additional buffer.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Now,
okay.
you should also clarify the question as to what exactly was the question. Okay. What I'm assuming is that there is a rise time and a fall time, and you want to improve the rise time. Okay. Now, if the question is that no, I do not want to invert the output, I want to use the same output. So see,
Okay.
the inverter that you size right after your dynamic gate, if you do bubble shifting, Karnaugh map and bubble shifting, जो basic digital circuits वाले course में हमने करा था, if you do bubble shifting and ensure that that gate now gives you with the inverter the output that you desired, then you don't then the output rise time, it means the rise time of the inverter there. Inverter you can size whichever way.
Yes, sir.
है ना?
Okay. Okay, so like I have the exact question also. Can I read that?
Yeah, please.
It is like dynamic complex gate in a row decoder. All inputs will be coming when the clock is high, and no input coming when the clock is low. So he's ensure, and then he's saying. So now he said that, now he's asking that how can you increase the rise delay, improve the rise delays?
All inputs are which rise delay? Word line ka rise delay?
No,
Which
sir.
rise delay are we talking about?
So that was not clearly asked. Even
You need to check.
I assume maybe it is the right output at the output only.
So which output? Output is word line. Between this NAND gate and the word line, there are 3 inverters.
Okay.
So in those inverters, you can do whatever you wish to do.
Okay.
So clarify this question with them.
Okay.
What
sir.
rise delay are we talking about?
Okay. So, but like, just for example, if we take a simple dynamic inverter, if I'm taking dynamic inverter, if I go towards the footless, will I see any improvement in the rise with the rise thing?
So with footless, you can reduce the sizing, or if you keep the same sizing, you will see improvement in some delays. Yes, because you have reduced the stack, so the effective resistance has reduced.
Okay, so but with the rise time, right? For the rise time, the sizing is the same. It doesn't
Rise
affect.
time again, Raghav. Rise time and fall time are always linked to what are we doing? Where are we talking? Are we talking about right after the dynamic stack, or we are talking after the inverter?
Okay, fine.
Because if it's after the inverter, then you can do whatever with the inverter. You can skew the inverter in whichever interesting way that you want.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Jagandeep?
Sir, I was wondering how can you change the delays with by changing the dynamic logic PMOS, because it has its role in the pre-charge cycle
हाँ,
only.
तो वही pre-charge, अगर if it has to be the pre-charge thing, that if the rising delays of that dynamic gate at the output of the dynamic stack, then it is then simply this pre-charge that we're talking about. Now, what else are we talking about?
Okay.
Then
I
only
was
that will
thinking that
change
you do
something.
not characterize that thing.
You do. You need to characterize it only for the cycle time purposes. That is, what is the minimum period?
Okay. Yes.
What is the minimum low period of the clock that you need? You will need to characterize it for that.
Yes. And sir, one more question related to layout.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, in the dynamic logic, people are trying to fit some NMOS by making some space inside the NVEL area also. So,
Mm-hmm.
sir, there you said that you have to clear the minimum width DRC of NVEL.
Yes.
But, sir, since the NVEL is shared, so don't they need to clear just the half DRC of NVEL width?
So
Because,
half DRC within the PR boundary, yes.
okay, so it will be complete DRC across the two cells on the
Yes.
sides and
Yes.
above
Yes.
that one.
So half DRC within the boundary. Yes, you're right.
Okay. Sir.
But that essentially would mean, because आपने जो template बनाया होगा गगनदीप, that would already have half of NVEL outside the PR boundary.
Yes,
So
sir, for
that simply
clearing
means, yeah, that simply means that आपको DRC clean करना है.
yes, sir.
Okay.
And sir, this way, the PP and NP and NVEL, since they are shared, so every time I will like to just ignore the DRCs and take some half DRC. For PP, I will absolutely, uh, I mean that ignore the
From the PR
DRC.
boundary, yes. From the PR boundary, you need to ensure half DRC is always taken care of.
Okay.
And that the template takes care of the remaining half after the PR boundary.
Mhm. Okay, sir. Thank you.
ठीक है?
Hello, sir.
हाँ जी. Yes, Devjit.
Yes, sir. Sir, I had the same question as that of Raghav, but the one other explanation that I could found was that for the that dynamic power dissipation for typical, why are we doing that? Because maybe when you are manufacturing any device, most of the devices would come under TT only, and that is it that or
No,
am I wrong?
no. So if the lot is FF, then all the devices are centered around FF. Then there is mismatch around FF. Okay. But
Okay.
for
Yes, sir.
quoting in the data sheet, for designing anything, they want to see average power.
Okay.
Okay. So that is why they look at average. For dynamic power, they look at TT 1.225 as a characterization voltage.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, when you need to do IR analysis, when you need to sign off IR drops, then what do you need to do? What PVT would you use then?
Where we are getting peak power dissipation, FF.
Yes, where you will get peak power dissipation. So fastest, FS 1.32 minus 40.
Sir, one
Or
more
even
thing.
125 could
Yes,
be
sir.
worse if the leakage is very high. For
Yes,
IR
sir.
drop calculations, you will need to use that PVT. But for overall estimate, typical PVT is what you will use for dynamic power.
Okay, sir.
For
Sir,
IR drop, leakage also gets added. Otherwise, dynamic power doesn't get leakage added into it.
okay,
Huh,
sir.
yes, Devjit, you were saying something else also.
Sir, regarding this IR power only, sir, this estimation is also used to design the that clock tree synthesis, right?
Clock tree
Where
synthesis, yes, but not IR drop, na? Clock tree is yes. Clock tree के लिए but clock tree के लिए power मतलब power से क्या फर्क पड़ेगा देवजीत उसमें?
sir, because so I have to search where I have written, because sir, some days earlier you said in a lecture that something you said I am not able to find out. Okay, sir, I will ask later.
Okay. Gagandeep?
Yes, sir. I want to ask that when we were talking about arriving at the footless domino, then at that point of time we discovered one disadvantage of that also. I was thinking that the all the inputs should be from dynamic logic itself if we want to make the footless domino. But sir, there was some other reason that you gave. I was not able to understand that one.
Yeah, the reason was now let us say the clock goes away. CK goes to 0.
Okay.
You are on the 5th gate. You're on the 5th gate. The NMOS stack of the 5th gate is on.
Mhm.
And there is no footer CK NMOS.
Right.
So there is nothing to stop the current flowing from NMOS stack yet.
Okay, so it will extend the
Until the inputs ripple from the first 4 stages and arrive at the 5th gate, there will be a huge short circuit current that will go.
Yes, sir.
That is where it is not acceptable.
And sir, I will also need to wait for that to ripple, right?
Yeah, for this entire duration, there will be a short circuit current, na?
Yes, sir.
यही तो कह रहे हैं.
In the other case, it will directly turn that off.
Yeah, as soon as the clock goes to 0, the NMOS will go off. So the NMOS stack is no longer on. There is no current.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay.
है ना? Yeah. Deepang?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I wanted to ask that while doing layout, I invoked the P cell and tried to stretch out its layers. So I found that there is a common active layer, but there are two separate active layers for drain and source placed over the common one. So, sir,
Oh,
is
that
there
is
any?
post-processing. That is the CAD post-processing. Don't get digressed by that.
So it's
Don't.
okay if I use the common OD like in NAND gate. I did that and
Don't get
LVS got
digressed by
cleaned.
that. Yeah. That don't get digressed by that. You just need to put one active, and you have to have N plus or P plus on it. That is what is most important.
And sir, they also did one more thing, like when there was like the extra poly which comes for the P cell, there is a pin placed over it, the poly pin.
So again, Deepang, don't go by what they do in the P cell. That they do for routing and so many other purposes which are required for the CAD.
Okay.
Don't get
And
digressed by that.
sir, one more silly doubt about the tool, sir. When I drew like if I draw the layout and place the pins, all the LVS and DRC are clean. But when I open the layout, I see that if I place the ground pin and then that ground is being stretched over to the poly of the P stack also. Like it is just showing that, but the LVS is clean. So is it that I should ignore it, right?
Yeah. LVS is clean, means it is fine.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Raghav?
Yes, sir. So, I mean, you were talking about the IR analysis. So, what exactly is that, sir?
IR drop. So power drop. So see, your power mesh, whatever mesh you make, there will be some resistance of the mesh.
Yes, sir.
So when you draw any current from the power supply, it will come through this mesh.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
It will come through this resistance, it means.
Yes, sir.
So there will be some voltage drop across this resistance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you wanted to run your circuit at 1.2 volts, but because of IR drop, this would now run at 1.08 volts.
Yes, sir.
That is why you do your worst case sign off at 1.08.
Okay.
But now this is not the only reason. That's 1.08. The stack from 1.2 to 1.08 is mixed of many more things, constituted of many more things, but IR drop is one of them. Okay. So now let us say that you want to verify that my current consumption is not so high that 1.2 के बाद 1.08 भी नहीं आ रहा. What I'm getting over there is say 1.05. So all my delay estimates will go haywire.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
So you need to do a verification that, okay, in the worst case, what is the IR drop that my power would see? So what is the worst case current that my system would sink? That is what you want to find out, because then that will tell the maximum IR drop across this power mesh. Is it not?
So can you repeat this? I mean,
हाँ, तो कहाँ तक समझ में आया आपको?
sir, I mean, like the voltage that we are characterizing at, we cannot ensure that because there is some drop happening across this
Yeah.
power mesh
Yeah.
after that.
Okay. So now you want to verify that the voltage that you still get on your device is at least 1.08, because 1.08 was where you had signed off the frequency.
Yes, sir.
How would you verify that?
Okay.
You would want to see what is the maximum current
Yes.
that my system would sink.
Yes. Yes.
So then you want to go to the SF lot.
Hmm.
You want to go to the minimum temperature because you want the fastest, what do you say, sharpest peaks there. है ना?
Okay.
So that is how you decide the IR drop wala PVT. So for dynamic analysis, for the regular dynamic estimate, what is my overall average power consumption, you go to TT 1.225.
Okay.
But as soon as you talk about system verification for IR drop, you will need to change the lot to FF, you will need to change the temperature to -40 or possibly 125, because leakage could also become a big concern. So then
Yes.
you do all that also.
Okay. So, sir, like I'm in the terminology that I'm using, I'm characterizing at for different sign off, I'm characterizing at different PVTs. So that kind of that the terminology that we're earlier using, the worst PVT, that wouldn't hold true, right here.
No. So worst PVT for delay is SS 1.08 -40.
And delay,
Worst PVT for hold or contamination delay is FF 1.32 -40.
yes.
So you're still choosing the worst PVT for sign off, but
Okay.
that worst is different for different purposes.
Okay, but for the power that I was choosing, typical, that I won't say.
That is not the worst. Yeah, that is
Okay.
not the worst. That is
Okay,
typical.
I'm just characterizing it for my sign off purposes.
Yeah. You're just characterizing it so that user can use it to budget his or her chip.
Okay. But if someone asks me the worst, then I would quote that FF 1.32.
Yes.
Okay.
That is where maximum power would be there.
Okay. And so one more thing, so the same question that Gagandeep was asking, for example, with the footless thing, you said that the short circuit
Power would go.
But sir, like I think I was able to think that won't it also affect that kind of the rise one? I mean, we have to now pre-charge more kind of time.
Yeah, that is where the short circuit is going, na?
Okay.
Because NMOS stack is fully on. Your PMOS is also on. You wanted to pre-charge, but NMOS will sink all the current. That is what short circuit power is.
Yes, sir. So I mean, sir, like with the footless domino, we can only use for certain small number of stages.
Yeah, 1 or 2 stages, 3 stages. इतना ही है तो चल जाएगा. Otherwise, the power consumption can increase very much.
Because then the delay versus power won't. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so one more thing, so the backgate coupling, that was one of the issues that we're facing when we cascaded the static. So like the question was that how we can resolve it. So like I was thinking that that if we can somehow do the coupling.
If you will put an inverter at the output of the dynamic gate, you anyways need to put it for the keeper, is it not?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So it gets resolved.
Okay, just by the inverter it gets resolved.
Yeah. You tell me. हो ही जाएगा ना?
I mean, yeah, yes. So, but like, I don't then at the additional output I will have to. So if I'm cascading like dynamic after the static after dynamic, then I don't need the inverter,
But you will need a keeper, na? So you need
Yes.
an inverter. Anyways, you need an inverter.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yes.
है ना?
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. With the inverter, we can resolve that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Gagandeep? So Vaishnav, your hand was raised, you just pulled it down. Is that okay? Your
Yes,
doubt
sir.
is resolved?
Actually, my doubt was the same. Backgate coupling doubt
Okay,
is
perfect,
opposite.
perfect.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Gagandeep.
Sir, my doubt is related to project, sir. We are making the complex gate, and we will compare it with the simple logic also. So,
Mhm,
sir, for the complex gate, I've done the sizing in that we have increased the OD layer to how much width we could. So so we got the largest devices, and
hmm,
we said that okay, this is the fastest that I can get with this one.
hmm,
And sir, when we go to the other I mean individual logic, then at that point of time, one thought comes to my mind that okay, I will use the largest width of the OD. But
hmm.
at the other point of time, I'll see that the previous stages will see more load on their output. So this way, the delay that they could achieve would be rather lower than what it could be. So sir, should the width of the devices in the next stages, they should reduce according to this. Uh,
You can, you can.
So, and sir, if we do this, let's say that I am sizing it according to some load, and then I am distributing the delay that I want among the stages, and then maybe a sweep or something. So,
Mhm,
but sir, let's say that there is a tool. It is getting the standard cells from the library and doing the synthesis.
mhm.
But sir, at that point of time. Uh, it will not be considered this when you cascade something this thing that okay OD is smaller for the next stage, it will not be considered. The standard cells are by default defined in the library. So
Yes.
sir, where should what type of comparison should we do? Should we decrease the OD of next devices or not?
So, uh, in your project, you can do whatever you wish to do. Justify it. That is what is most important. Why did you do this? That is what is most important.
Okay, but the easier one would be to use the simple largest transistor.
Yeah, that I know.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay. So what happens is in a standard flow or in a standard cell library, you will have multiple drives of every kind of cell. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if the output load of a complex gate is expected to be, let us say, 50 femtofarads, hmm, then it will use the drive strength of that complex gate appropriately. Now, if the complex gate is not available, it will use an AND or an inverters to get that functionality. It will actually use 3 gates, है ना?
Hmm.
So then what it does is it says that okay, my inverter load is that much 50 femtofarads, but the first AND gate that that is just driving this OR gate. The load is only 10 femtofarads. So it will size the first AND gate smaller. It will pick up the smaller variant of the first AND gate. It will pick up the small variant of the second OR gate. And then it will use only inverter which is large.
Okay, yes, sir.
That is how the flow will do it, because the flow has all the various variants of all the input cells.
Yes, sir. There are various inverters and various NAND gates
Yes,
and
and the
different
flow
things.
will choose appropriately. You don't need to bother about that aspect. In your project, why you choose what you choose is what you have to explain. I want to see your analysis also, not just the result.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Faisal,
Good evening, sir.
good evening.
So I just want to clarify one thing. In the when we were talking about the worst speed, we have taken -40 or 125. So हमारा 125 तब ही आएगा जब टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन हो जाए, मतलब अगर 125 पे आ जाता है वर्स्ट, तो हम ये बोलेंगे कि हाँ टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन हो गया. और
नहीं
अगर
हुआ है, नहीं हुआ है.
हम
125 is a slower PVT.
यस सर, अगर
बट अगर
-40
टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन हो गया है तो -40 वर्स्ट आएगा.
सर ये वाली चीज मेरे को कंफ्यूज कर रही है.
सो टिपिकल में, टिपिकल मतलब सपोज 1.2 वोल्ट्स की बात करूं मैं,
यस सर.
जहां पे मुझे क्लियरली पता है कि टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन नहीं हुआ, तो कहां पे
Yes.
वर्स्ट डिलेज होंगे? 125 पे कि -40 पे?
जहाँ पे हमको नहीं पता तो वर्स्ट डिलेस तो 125 पे होंगे,
है ना? तो अगर 1.08 से भी 125 ही वर्स्ट केस हुआ, मतलब टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन नहीं हुआ है।
हाँ ठीक है, ओके।
लेकिन अगर 1.08 में -40 के डिलेज ज्यादा हो गए,
यस सर, तब हो
मतलब
गया।
टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन हो गया है। तो आपको जैसे दोनों चेक करने पड़ेंगे, एंड देन यू टेल और टेम्परेचर इन्वर्जन हैज हैपेंड और नॉट हैपेंड,
ओके, ओके सर।
है ना?
यस सर।
एंड इट कुड हैपन फॉर सम टोपोलॉजीज, इट मे नॉट हैपन फॉर सम टोपोलॉजीज, ऐसा भी
Yes,
हो
sir.
सकता है, बिकॉज आपके स्टैक लेंथ के ऊपर फर्क पड़ सकता है।
Okay.
है
Okay,
ना?
sir.
या
Thank you.
ओके, यस, एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस? So how are other people's projects coming along? I see lots of questions from the dynamic logic wala students. What about, how many of you are doing a project on PTL? No one? No one has used implementation with PTL as a project? At least not from this group. Okay. And static CMOS, is the thing coming along fine? So Gagandeep, you also raised your hand.
Yes, sir. I was telling that we are doing static CMOS.
You're doing static CMOS. Deepank? Static CMOS.
No, sir.
No, you तुम तो उस पे हो, inverter sense amplifier का कर रहे हो
जी
कुछ.
sir.
Yes, you had a
See,
question.
yes, sir. Related to that only, sir. Sir, we normally know that if we take slow for a simple latch, then since it would take more time to resolve, so we will get more offset. But I thought that if I make the PMOS very fast, like fast, because basically reducing the VT, so and NMOS is very slow, so then more fighting should occur and offset should be worse. So am I correct in choosing SF corner for worst case offset?
More fighting would occur. Why do you say that?
So because if I make PMOS fast, then it will always try to it will always be more difficult for NMOS to pull down the one of the nodes to zero. That was the thought which went behind.
Mm, uh, see, that is one reason why PMOSs are made smaller in the latch
Yes,
there.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, but करके देख सकते हो कितना फर्क पड़ रहा है उसका. You can just check once.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, and regarding that also, sir, since I am basically making the giving the steps at one node and keeping the other node as reference, so so sir, the smaller the step size I take would be the smallest offset which I can obtain, right?
Characterize. Yes.
Yes.
Characterize. Yes.
So, sir, sometimes it happens like because SS and SF do not show much of the change, so I I get both the variations in that depending on tools limitations. So
Yeah.
that is why I asked because I am unable to see it very clearly in the experiment.
So देखो, PMOS does not really have a much role to play. The PMOSs are actually off. Look at it like this.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
PMOSs are actually off. The VDS is zero
Right.
there.
Right. Right.
Even if the VDS increases by a little, will not really make much of a difference. NMOS, on the other hand, is fully on. It's in the
Yes.
saturation zone.
Yes, sir.
है ना? So I do not really expect much difference between the two. And if this tool is saying that, I think it's okay.
Okay.
Because
So
logically, analytically also, I do not expect a much difference. Because
yes, sir.
PMOS, even if it turns on, it will be in linear region. It will be resistive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is the thing I catch. Like I wanted the PMOS to turn on as quickly as possible. So that's why I said that fast. Maybe more worse.
Yeah, but वही होगा ना वो, it can degrade it a little, but ज़्यादा फर्क पड़ेगा नहीं. It is still in the linear region.
Yes. And sir, one more thing, should I focus on reducing the offset or increasing the working frequency?
Mm, for a sense amplifier, independent sense amplifier design, when you do not know what is the on current from the memory cell and everything, your focus should be reducing the offset, because
Okay.
frequency is dependent on so many other things, Deepank.
And yes, sir, because I took the design to 0.7 and I was only getting 500 hertz. That's very, very low.
Hmm.
So that's why I asked. Okay, sir.
So
Got it.
offset is your focus when you're designing independently the sense amplifier. But when you're designing it inside a memory in a complete design system, then you need to look at many other aspects.
And okay, okay.
That we'll cover in the memory design course anyways.
Sure, sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. That's all.
Yeah, all the best. Yes, Vaishnav. So Ajkal Vaishnav asks fewer questions than earlier. Why, Vaishnav? You're
Sir,
trying to do more introspection and trying to find answers yourself first.
yes, sir.
Good.
I just wanted to do that at first, before asking any question. Yeah.
Good, very good.
So,
But yeah, please don't hesitate to ask questions. It should not lead you into
no, sir. I will never
coming
hesitate to ask.
starting to live with doubts. That should not happen. You should still ask questions if there is any doubt, lingering doubt. Okay.
Yes,
But
sir.
yes, you should try to first analyze things. I was telling Gagandeep also, do whatever, but I want to understand your analysis. How did you arrive at the solution? That is, see, we are not robots. We are designers and we analyze. So do that analysis first. I want you to develop that skill. So good that you're trying to solve or justify an answer or do something, and then you can verify. Yes, ask please.
Yes, sir. So, sir, in non-complex implementation, sir,
Mhm.
now after listening to the previous lecture, I see that I can remove the V-keeper of my first stage, as I can drive my output directly. Sir, so by that I can remove 2 or 3 transistors, and with the help of the footless domino, even I can remove these
Yeah.
transistors.
So
Sir,
for a
but
complex gate implementation, you could actually think of footless domino because you know that the other two gates are right there.
yes, sir.
Yeah, you can do that.
So, sir, now even after removing all this, sir, there are around even I think you might have got the mail regarding this issue from some of our teammates. So I was thinking, sir, is the standard cell layout much important while we consider this? I was getting 25 transistors even if I remove this.
Yeah.
So the constraint is that we are supposed to make my doubt is that we are supposed to make all this in standard cell layout itself, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
sir.
the constraint. That's the constraint of the design process.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. That was my doubt.
Yeah. Moin?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, in the output waveform, we were getting some spikes, right? And the reason which we said in the class is the capacitors which comes at the at the pre-charge and the output side, right, sir?
The charge injection that happens when your devices turn off, yes.
Yes. For this, before this class, I got this spike. So what I found that at that time is that the keeper and the pre-charge both were on for a moment of time. So will it lead to these spikes?
Keeper and pre-charge?
Like
No.
when the pre-charge is on.
Spikes you will get then when one of the set of transistors turn off. So the charge in the channel is injected. So now the NMOS or the PMOS is off, and the charge that was in its channel would get injected onto the capacitance. And the other side is not yet on, so this spike remains. This charge remains. As soon as the other transistor turns on, it sinks that current, that charge. Okay. So it is nothing to do with both keeper and pre-charge being on simultaneously. The spike is because of charge which was there in the channel of the NMOS or PMOS or whatever you turned off. Whatever you turned off, there was some charge in the inversion layer of that particular transistor. Now that charge has to go somewhere. It will go to the source and drain. Now if the drain is floating at that time, it would appear as a spike or a undershoot. If the drain is also driven and driven fairly well, then this undershoot or spike would be less or may not be there.
Okay, when the during the transition, when these spikes will come, so the output voltage will go above VDD. This I understand, Sen. This the extra charge we get from the PMOS
Signal
side.
there.
Yes, but again when the next transition comes, it will go to below zero. It's going to negative. What was the reason for that, sir?
So you tell me what kind of charge is in there in the channel of the PMOS and what kind of charge is there in the channel of the NMOS. So when that charge comes to the drain, what would happen? In one case it will go up, in the other case it will go down. Nahin?
Okay, yes, the polarities are different.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
है ना?
So there is no issue with the two PMOS are activating at the same time.
No, it is not because of that. It is only because of the channel charge getting into the source or drain region.
In the some papers I have seen, sir, this particular reason was mentioned, and they have implemented some kind of improvement. So I didn't understand what is the actual problem with the two.
No, that is not the problem. That extra charge is not coming because the two PMOSs are on simultaneously.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes, Devjit?
sir, I had a small question regarding this clock feed through only. Sir, sir, if you are not talking about, let's say, dynamic logic, and we want to get rid of clock feed through, sir, can using transmission gates can prove to be a viable option?
Why do
Using
you say so?
transmission, because the extra charge that would be again synced by the NMOS only.
Sync by the NMOS to where?
Means, sir.
Oh, so you're saying on the PMOS side, you had one PMOS. Now you put a NMOS in parallel with it.
Yes, sir. This is a
Oh,
gate
that
to
is not
drain
transmission.
capacity.
That is not transmission gate. That is some very different logic. So you tell me now one thing. Will a NMOS transmit charge? So one side you have put VDD, the other side you have put VDD plus delta V. Will the NMOS even conduct?
Sir, but no, sir. I mean, if we put a clock bar signal along with that.
Yeah, yeah. So you put gate also at VDD. So gate is at VDD, drain is at VDD plus delta V, and source is at VDD. Will the NMOS conduct?
No, sir.
तो फिर क्या फायदा होगा लगाने का?
Sir, actually, I asked this question because last day in our weekly, one new architecture was given to implement, and same one spike was coming whenever pre-charge signal is going off. So that's why we are facing some issue related to clock fit through, something like that only.
Sorry.
Sir, in the last weekly meeting, we have given one more architecture to find out the detection of laser fault attack. So there we are using one more PMOS to precharge one of the bit lines, and it is kept floating. So when the precharge signal was coming, the bit line was shooting up above VDD, something like 1.14 volts, something like that. That was creating a problem in our design. That's why I asked.
Okay, but putting an NMOS will not help anyways. That
Okay,
we
sir.
just discussed, no? NMOS will not help there because it will not conduct.
Okay. Sir, one more thing that we observed was that if we put some capacitance in the bit line, let's say 5 femtofarad or 10 femtofarad, it was reducing the overshoot by a small margin.
Yeah, because you just put same amount of charge. Now there is a capacitance there. That capacitance will, for that, earlier there was capacitance, let us say X.
Yes, sir.
So in the next case, you increase the capacitance to Y. So charge is equal to C into V. है ना? So if you increase the C, the V would reduce. So it's a natural बात है.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, is there no other way of doing it except putting any capacitance, something like that? No other
So
way.
in reality, there will be capacitances anyways, is it not? There will be wires, there will be source drain capacitances, everything will be there.
Okay, sir.
But yes, there are peaks. You will, if you're not careful, then you can actually get peaks and they can destroy your chip. So you should be aware of this.
Sir, one more reason that I could think of as of now is that the slew rate of clock was like zero. We are providing zero slew rate
Hmm.
there. So
Yeah.
if we put some finite slew rate, let's say 5 or 10 picoseconds, then could the feed through be reduced?
Yes. You tell
Okay,
me
sir.
why. You tell me why would it be reduced?
Sir, because dVdt would be less, and so rate of change of voltage would be less. So amount of charge that would be there would become less, I guess.
So the charge would still remain same, but now there will be a possibility to sink that charge at, even if the resistance is high, the charge would still get some sink because the amount of charge is less. Otherwise, charge would accumulate and that resistance will only be able to sink it slowly. So that feed through comes and then there's nothing to dissipate it. But if you have a slow rising or slow signal which is turning off your device, then the pace at which the inversion layer charge is being removed reduces. So you're able to see a lesser spike.
Okay, so here also we are increasing the time frame. That's also
Yeah,
coming
but
into
very
picture.
little. Even 20 picosecond slope, 30 picosecond slope, you will see the charge feed through would reduce very, very significantly.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So we'll try that out then.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
sure. Yes, Gagandeep?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have just a basic doubt, sir. We were talking about the dynamic power process corner, where it would be worst. So, sir, in that, that is fine. That worst would be 1.32 and minus 40. But sir, regarding the process corner, sir, I am confused in one thing that let's say I am using FF, then my transitions would be faster and peak would be higher, right? And if I am using SS, the peak would be lower, but the time period for that for the peak, I mean the current that is appearing across which I will integrate that
Yeah, but for
that is
IR drop, we are more interested in peak, Gagandeep.
okay. And
Because that
sir,
is the peak drop, no? That is the maximum drop that you're talking about. The more the current, more the drop. है ना?
yes,
You're not even talking about the duration of this drop. We're just talking about the peak drop.
okay. So, is there any instance where we want to measure the worst dynamic power by itself? If in that case, would we consider the SS or also where the time period is very large?
So, see, we already discussed that if you have a good design, then the short circuit power would consume just about 5 to 10% of your total power.
Hmm.
है ना? So, in FF lot, your gate capacitances are also higher.
Yes, sir.
So, capacitances also increase. Then, peak also increases. Transitions are faster, so peak also increases. So, what happens is that the total power actually increases. If you use SS, the gate capacitances are lesser. Okay, short circuit power would increase a bit, but gate capacitance is reduced much more. So SS may not be the worst case. Now you can actually see for your design, if you have very bad slopes, then SS could come out to be the worst case. But in a good design, SS is not the worst case for dynamic power. FF would be the worst case for dynamic power.
Sir, in the slow, the capacitance of gate is lower.
Yes.
Okay.
Why? You
I'm
tell
not
me.
able to
Yeah.
think of a
Tell me.
reason.
Tell me.
I rather think that the transistors would be bigger for the delays and the gate capacitance should increase.
Slow lot है ना?
जी सर, स्लो में सर डिले मैच नहीं कर पाएंगे ना.
स्लो लॉट का मतलब क्या हुआ? That अगर हम VT की गेट ऑक्साइड की टर्म्स में देखें, तो what is the gate oxide thickness?
VT is high, Tox is high.
Gate oxide thickness is more. If the gate oxide thickness is more than the gate capacitance is,
Cox is more, right?
Cox is less.
अच्छा, हाँ सर.
Tox is more means Cox is less.
Is high Tox.
है ना?
Just
So
the
see
gate.
this chain of thoughts you should be able to do very quickly. Always. Fast में क्या होता है Tox, slow में क्या होता है Tox, all this should be on your fingertips as a designer.
This Tox thing I thought of first time.
Okay? Yeah. Anything else? you may have question on the projects or something else that we discussed earlier. Okay, then if there's nothing else that we want to ask, we can close the meeting.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Thank you guys. All the best. I'm stopping the recording there.
Sir, thank you.
Sir, can you wait for 5 minutes?